made a lot of money out of your music?
Money. I mean, how much is a lot of money to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Have you made, say, millions of dollars?
No.
Are you a rich man?
When you mean rich, what you mean?
You have a lot of possessions, a lot of money in the bank?
Position make you rich?
Yo, peace. All prosperity to the village. The old and the newcomers, y'all already know. It's a love thing from here to there. Have no fear. We're in the town square where all is clean and all is fair. Y'all know we're here to talk about today. It's Friday the 13th. Y'all scary asses. Probably bundling up under the covers. Scary as fuck. Either way, still a love thing. Only fee we charge here is hitting them buttons. That's it. That's the only fee we ask for around here, dog. Other than that, chill, be respectful, attack the argument, don't attack the person with ad hominems and all that crazy stuff. I do that. Y'all be nice to each other, you hear me? Messy, what's up? Guys, what's up? See y'all pouring into the town square. Y'all, I keep trying to tell y'all, that ain't y'all place, bro. Y'all don't belong in there. Get out of there.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
Shout out to the Shadow Watchers. Peace. Hope all is well to y'all too. This feeling is how I feel every day. I feel like this every single day, bro. Just every day I wake up, that's how I feel. Let me run my disclaimer. Val is it? Yo, it is crazy to see Val in here, bro. I just was thinking about you. I swear to God, just now, like just now. That's fucking crazy. What up? Big call for stepping through. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Hit them buttons on the way in. Let me run my disclaimer real quick, and we in here.
Content warning. This video is about a sensitive topic involving violence, assault, and loss of life. We've removed any graphic or descriptive content to comply with YouTube's guidelines. The aim of this video is to provide informative, factual journalism on tragic events in the public interest that does not dismiss its seriousness. All clips shown are under the doctrine of fair use for news reporting and analysis, and some points made in this video are simply opinions and theories. I'm not responsible for third-party information, and this video is being made purely for artistic, educational, documentary, and scientific purposes.
This nigga's scared.
Yo, chill out. What is he doing today? This motherfucker, this long-head, big-eared, monkey-looking motherfucker might actually be gone, son. He might actually be gone. I ain't bullshitting. It's getting a little too deep with the bullshit about your boy. Oh, fucking bitch ass Netanyahu. I ain't lying though. It's video after this shit just don't look right no more. And we ain't been seen in a couple of days. Like really, he ain't been seen. Remember we talked about his house getting hit, and they hit his house, they hit his office. That was the same time when they hit Buddy, the Mossad, they had a Mossad, the sit, boom, they hit him all. They ain't seen him since. So if you don't know who I'm talking about this ugly motherfucker. Talking about Frigidaire. Relax. I don't got no beef with him like that. I don't got no beef with him at all. I just didn't like how he was behaving. I thought he should have been more G'd up. But that's just my opinion, right? Everybody growing up can do what they want to do. He might be gone, son. He really might be gone. It's looking weird around this situation right here. But let's take you talking about like you ain't know.
For 5 days. Iran claims they struck his office and his fate is unclear. Israel says it's fake news, but won't show proof. And today, Trump's two closest Middle East advisors just canceled their emergency flight to Tel Aviv with no explanation. On March 2nd, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps made a formal statement. They announced that Khyber-Sheikhan ballistic missiles had targeted two specific addresses in Israel. The first was Netanyahu's official office. The second was the home of the Israeli Air Force commander. The IRGC then added a phrase that traveled around the world at the speed of social media. Netanyahu's fate was unclear. Israel's prime minister's office responded the same day. They called the claims fake news. The statement was brief, categorical, and contained no visual proof, no press conference, no video, just words on a page. In normal times, that would have ended the story. These are not normal times. Israel has been operating under strict wartime media restrictions since February 28th, creating an information vacuum where every unanswered question becomes its own kind of answer. And in strategic ambiguity like this, the absence of proof can be as powerful as its presence. For the 4 to 5 days following the IRGC's strike claim, Netanyahu did not appear on live video. Israeli media reported that he visited the Beit Shemesh missile shelter site on March 6th, the site where 9 people were killed inside a bomb shelter that was supposed to protect them. His office published a written statement on March 7th. But the absence of sustained, verifiable, time-stamped public appearances across those critical early days kept the speculation alive globally. Then came the development that changed the calculation again. Today, March 10th, Trump's 2 most senior Middle East envoys were scheduled to fly to Israel for direct meetings with Netanyahu. Steve Witkoff, Trump's special representative, and Jared Kushner, presidential advisor. These were not routine diplomatic visits. Witkoff has been Trump's primary back channel across every major regional negotiation. Gaza ceasefires, hostage releases, the indirect Iran talks in Oman and Geneva before the war began. Kushner helped architect the Abraham Accords. Both men have visited Israel during active conflicts before, neither canceled until now. Channel 12. Israel broke the story. The Jerusalem Post confirmed it from separate sources. Both Witkoff and Kushner called off the trip. No official reason was provided. No rescheduled date was announced. The timing made the cancellation land harder than it otherwise would have. 4 days earlier, The Jerusalem Post had already reported a significant fracture between Washington and Tel Aviv, the first confirmed public disagreement between the two governments since the war began. U.S. officials told the Post they were caught off guard by the scale of Israeli strikes on Iranian oil infrastructure. Israel had warned the U.S. that oil facilities would be targeted. What Israel did not disclose was how extensive the strikes would be. When oil prices crossed $120 per barrel last week, Washington...
There's more. There's more. First and foremost, happy Friday the 13th. Big salute to New Jersey's finest. Hockey match. You already know. The realest one in it. The realest one in it. I ain't going back on nothing I say. You hear me? Fight me about it. I don't care. Let me close it down and find it real quick. Okay, here it goes. We're bike. Sabby Sabs posted this shit. I saw it earlier on and I was looking for it again. And lo and behold, Sabby Sabs came in on a tray ball line like Steph Curry. Shoot the big J. Shout out to Sabby Sabs poking it up and having this post up there because I was like, fuck, I thought I had saved it. Come to find out. Nope. You better get out of here. Rude ass. Are you talking about my hands or Netanyahu hands? See if we get, I'm about to go to the comment section on this shit. This shit look goofy as fuck already. He's the life of the... I was thinking this fool was hiding out in Germany or the US. People saying that this is his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what they talking about. You talking about my hand? That ain't dry. Man, I got time for your shit. I don't ever know how to behave. I was over here acting up. Your black ass. This picture is crazy, bro. This is a wild ass picture. It looks like 5. There's another one though. It's another picture. Do not. The more you give into it, is the more they try to keep going with the bullshit. Stop. Stop encouraging her.
השגנו הישגים עצומים, הישגים שמשנים את מאזן הכוחות במזרח התיכון וגם מעבר לו. ההישגים הללו מבססים את מעמדה של ישראל כמעצמה חזקה מאי פעם. והשינוי הדרמטי הזה בכוח שלנו מול הכוח של אויבינו הוא המפתח להבטחת קיומנו. איומים עולים ואיומים יורדים. אבל כשאנחנו הופכים למעצמה אזורית ובתחומים מסוימים למעצמה עולמית, יש בכוחנו להרחיק מעלינו סכנות
All it takes is one person to start the fuckery. And look how much people y'all ain't shit for real. What I'm using for, Val, is lotion. He do sound like that. Word up. Yeah, I can't stand him, bro. I can't stand him. Can't. You got this goofy shit going on right here. But that's it, bro. The word on the street, that boy out of there. They got him out of here. Got him out of here, though. I can't stand that much anymore. Listening ears want to hear what I'm gonna use it for. This lotion. What are you supposed to use lotion for? Your skin. I'm used to it on my skin. I don't see what's so crazy about this. You want to talk about the other stuff? One, that's for free pod, and for two, for that freaky shit that you're trying to hint at the use of oil for that fucking pervert. Yeah, I do not fuck with him, bro. I don't fuck with him. Vaseline, what the hell? That shit. All right, boom. That was it. I did have to update the people, bro. Shit looking wonky right now. It ain't looking too stable over there for old bitch ass BB. You know what else lotion is used for besides skin? No. Crisco. Y'all some savages, boy. If you come down to Crisco, my G, you got to make some different life choices overall. If you come down to Crisco, if you got to get it off with Crisco, my G, you ain't bad shit. You're bad shit. In case y'all didn't see this, let me show y'all. This is why Iran ain't scared. Yo, want Iran to be scared. Iran don't give a. Iran ain't tripping. Cocoa. Oil. What happened to oil? What happened to some nice coconut oil? What's going on? You know what? Buttermilk biscuits. Y'all are sick.
That platoon. Who are you? Who are we? We are that platoon.
Who are you? Who are we? We are that platoon.
Yeah, we might be fucked. I don't. Send it to the front line. See what it can do there.
Who are you? Who are we? We are that.
They're not worried, son. Iran ain't tripping, son. Iran is not tripping when you see shit like that. You think Iran worried? Did he still gotta come on, G? Go out looking for them joints here. Relax. Go on the other branch. What's wrong with you? Oh, this one's crazy. I'm gonna leave that one out. I liked that one, but facts, G. Big M Love in the town square. Yo. Big Kofa in the town square. Generals pulling up, holding it down. You already know. They ain't acting up, generals. Keep your eyes out, you hear me? They are willingly ready to yeah, son. So it's like they trying to start a freak pod. We got war pod going on right now. We got war update going on. Operation Epic Fury updates, aka Epstein Fury. Y'all want to have freak pod? What's wrong with them, son? No behavior. No. Stop being mean to bro. He tweaking in that damn cage right now, bro. He's on the branch, and like he's not comfortable because his tail is that damn long. His tail feathers are long as shit. He gave me one too, so we cool. But you just need to relax and get on the other branch. Yo, he is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different places that he could go chill and relax at right now. That's inside the cage for him. There's one on the outside. There's 2 on the outside that he could go and chill on. I got time for this shit right now. I don't know if y'all seen this shit, but this was in Tehran. This is when they hit Tehran and they hit like the oil. I don't know if they hit the actual the plant, but it caused a crazy. It looked like pretty much like a river of fire sliding through the whole not the whole city, but enough of the city. And this is what it looked like. Reports say it was an oil depot. He was fired, but what happened was it started to spew like oil in the air. So it was raining like droplets of like slick oil. That shit is crazy, bro. Like slick oil was pretty much raining from the sky a little bit, like droplets of it. People inhaling that, like people were inhaling it. It's getting on their skin, et cetera, et cetera. So that's where you start hearing about war crimes, right? And how some of these attacks look desperate. How some of these attacks are crimes against humanity, pretty much, because you're not hitting military infrastructures, right? You hitting, especially when it came down to that hospital. I don't know if I showed you that one, but not the hospital. Sorry, they were hospitals, so that's why that came up also. But it was the school that housed. It was last Saturday. The school that had all those girls in there, because girls go to school separately, and it was, I can't remember the exact number, but it was like girls that were younger. So they were like, I want to say maybe between 5 and 7 to like maybe like 10 to like 12. They were in that range. There's a bunch of them. Like, it was crazy. The rubble, they were pulling out backpacks, bro, out of the rubble. Now you're wondering why it's on Saturday, because that's the first day of the school week over there. So that's why all those kids were inside the school, those girls. It's wild, bro. And we know war is brutal, but it comes off different when it's more intentionally done. That you hitting these points that are not military established sites, schools, hospitals, the oil depots. The oil depot you could probably make an excuse for, saying that you're trying to slow down their ability to feed their ships and the tanks and the air. You could make an excuse for that one. That's fine. Put that one to the side, right? But what excuse you're gonna make for the hospitals, right? There was a after an attack happened, there were first responders and rescue efforts going on. Those people running there to grab the survivors, right? The people that was injured, they try to grab survivors. First thing you do is you grab the survivors. You don't grab the people that's already deceased, right? They kind of already spoken for. So the effort was to grab the people that was still clinging on to life. If they could be safe, we getting them. If they just had minor injuries, we getting them out of the region, getting them out the way, getting them out the attack vicinity. And while the rescuers went in, they got smoked. That's why you possibly hearing this conversation about war crimes and crimes against humanity. That's why you're probably hearing about it. That's why you're probably seeing all this pushback. Wherever you get your media from, right? It could be from the Twitter. I go to Twitter, I go to IG, and from there I move forward and do some background work, right? But war is just a nasty thing. First, you see what's in the surrounding area. This is, I have a video, a pretty decent video. I'm gonna show y'all, but it's the reason why I'm showing y'all these videos right now. Viewer discretion advised, viewer discretion advised. Pound for pound, what we're doing, we're not showing people getting unalived, right? We're not showing any red rums. We're showing artillery in motion. That is it. YouTube, relax. This is free speech. This is a form of journalism. I'm not a journalist, but I do create content, and this is what it is, right? So YouTube, calm your ass down. What we got, bro? What happened to Lissy now? You know, Lissy has always been there. Yeah. We yes. And that's who they saying is the proponent of that type of. They're really not pushing it on the U.S. Let me clarify. Good. Thank you. Emma, appreciate you. Let me clarify a little bit more. Appreciate you. They're not laying it on the doorstep of the U.S. What happens is because y'all are riding together. That's why the U.S. is taking some blame for it also, if that makes sense. If we go to the club, me and them love go to the club, right? And I start tripping and 4 dudes start to get on me. They know I'm here at Mike Love. Mike Love might get snuffed too. You dig it what I'm saying? That's your man to them. You got to get beat up too, right? So on the other hand, if me and Mike Love go in the club, we take out 10 motherfuckers, 5 motherfuckers, just me and him, right? Or I take out 5 motherfuckers that Mike Love was there the whole time watching it. You know, he might have shot a jab here or there, but I did the majority of the work, right? Or M Love did the majority of the work, and I just kind of like poked somebody in the eye, raked them in the face like it was WWE. My name's still gonna come up, right? Because if I'm not there, my name can never be called, but I'm there and I'm active. That's why the U.S. name is being is brought up into the this shit. I can't have nothing. It's all yours. Yo, from now on, whatever I say belongs to Messi. I'm jacking everything. I can't say nothing. And it's using the word jacking, telling me I'm jacking. The irony. Yo, hit the like button when y'all pop into the room. G, stop being weird.
זה יורד, הוא של הדודה שלהם, זה יורד לידי. תראו את השני, הנה הוא מתפצל. אחד יורד פוגע, והוורדי הוא נופל בראשון.
So this is what they was talking about with the great display and barrage. I got that video coming up, so just stand by for that one. I'm showing these videos for a reason. I'm showing you these videos for a reason, so you could see it's a difference in how things look. Things look differently, so that means they are different, right? If you the streaks from a rocket propel from the propeller, from whatever's propelling the rocket looks different. That tells you it's a different type of rocket, a different type of armament being used. You dig it? All this shit stressing me the fuck out. On the gang. But let's jump into not that one yet. We're not doing that one yet. Not that one yet. Is it this one? Boom, this is it right here. This is the video right here. Swap over. Let me take a second right here to yo, real talk, dog. I appreciate the fuck out of y'all, G. And I just want y'all to know that, right? Y'all pull up in here, y'all hit the buttons, y'all show love, y'all keep the chat booming. From me to you, from here to there, right? From wherever you are at, whatever you listening to, whatever you're doing, just pulling up. Sometimes you can't stay. I get it. You gotta bang the fuck, and life goes on, right? But I appreciate the love. I appreciate y'all pulling up every single time I turn on the red button, right? And I hit the red button, and the red light comes on, dog. I appreciate all y'all. You hear me? Just had to tell y'all that. Round of applause for y'all, G. All right, that's enough. We bite.
Threats, Iran fired its hypersonic ballistic missiles, carrying over a ton of explosives, each directly at military targets across central Israel. Fatah missiles reaching Mach 15 on re-entry, and Khorram Shar ballistic missiles armed with cluster munitions broke through Israel's multi-layered missile defense network. This was the 37th wave of...
I'll explain some of this. If I don't remember if he explains it, but I'll do some explaining to kind of break some stuff down along the way.
Operation True Promise 4, the single longest and heaviest attack Iran has launched since this war began. 3 continuous hours of sustained fire while...
Keep watching the videos. You're gonna see differences. Which think about what's okay. Cluster is a simple thing. It's easy. It's easy. Think about a shotgun shell, and think about a shotgun shell, right? And it's flying and it's going. But when it gets to a certain point, and you could do it however you need to do it. You could do it by altitudes, or you could do it by chords. Chord meaning coordination points, right? I think most of them are done by altitude, to be honest. I think 90% of them are done by altitude because guess what? You get a bigger range on your drop site, right? So a regular shotgun shell that is shot, not slug. When you take it open, it's a bunch of small pellets like in there, right? So think about the pellets as miniature bombas, right? So it's going, the shell breaks off of it, and then it ejects, and then it launches from this main unit, the main unit. It launches a bunch of smaller units. So instead of having one connect in one spot, those do exist, obviously. This one spreads out. So you can hit, let's say, a 3-mile joint, 1.5-mile joint out of one. You dig it? Because it breaks up and it sends. It's like shot. How a shot works, right? It spreads out. That's pretty much what it is, as opposed to a regular non-GBU style AM. Well, not an AMG. It'd be a whatever it is. And it's be one strike, but mostly that one single strike is going to be crazy strong. You dig it? And these are not necessarily bombas. They're more on the side of missile technology. But that's all I'm saying. OTE, my G, what up, boy? Jihanda, what's happening?
American media was still claiming Iranian strikes had dropped 90%. This conflict just entered a new phase. Over the next few minutes, you'll see what the Western media has been keeping from you and where Iran's new strategy is leading the war next.
You see it?
Here's what we know. Last night, on the 10th of March, Iran deployed every tier of its missile arsenal simultaneously. The Khorram Shar carries between 1,500 and 1,800 kilograms of explosives. It traces its lineage to North Korean Hwasong-10 technology transferred in the 2000s and uses hypergolic liquid fuel, meaning it can sit loaded on a launcher for extended periods ready to fire within 12 to 15 minutes. That matters because it shrinks the window for preemptive strikes to almost nothing. The Fatah 1 uses a maneuverable re-entry vehicle that shifts course during its terminal descent. Iran claims the Fatah 2 goes further, carrying a hypersonic glide vehicle that adjusts trajectory during mid-course flight. Both are designed to arrive faster and less predictably than anything Israel's defense systems were built to track. And earlier that same day, waves 35 and 36 had already mixed in the K-Bar Shekin, the Qadr, and the Imad. That is not one weapon getting through. That is 5 different missile systems fired in overlapping waves across a single 12-hour period, each one calibrated to stress a different layer of the defense network. Before we continue, thanks a lot for tuning in. Your support is what keeps this show going, and I appreciate you watching. As always, pleasure. Make sure to subscribe and like the video so I can keep bringing you these critical updates. Iran's new wave of attacks is not the behavior of an arsenal in collapse. That is a force demonstrating layered capability. The IRGC stated the 37th wave struck the High Ela Satellite Communication Center south of Tel Aviv for the second time in this conflict.
Like I was saying earlier, the strikes that since the beginning of it, yes, there's been, yes, There's going to be casualties of war. I'm not taking anybody's side in any of this madness, right? But Iran specifically went at the base, and I think I explained this already. They went at the bases that were in that region that helped those forces infiltrate and run offense against them, right? So what they did was they went back, and on their attack, they started knocking out comms, radars, SATs. Why? Because the anti-defense missile system was very much attached to those things, feeding the anti-missile systems information. So if they can't really, it's like fighting with one eye closed. You seen the concept of how they kind of like they kind of broke down those things. The one in the big one in UAE, right? It was naval Fifth Fleet. What happens was they hit those strategic points to the TAL, right? The air defense systems. It needs to have a seeker. It needs to seek out what's coming in. But if it can't see it, or if it's partially blinded, then guess what? It's not working. It's not operating properly. You dig it? I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, though, because people hear things and not really comprehend them all the time. And I have a extensive knowledge in this type of crazy shit, right? Because of my contracts.
They also reported hitting military positions in Be'er Yaakov near Tel Aviv, targets in West Jerusalem and Haifa, American positions in Erbil in Iraqi Kurdistan, and the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain. Iran additionally claimed it targeted the USS Abraham Lincoln carrier and an American destroyer in the Indian Ocean. Those claims remain unverified by independent sources. What is verified?
That motherfucker's a monster, dog. Yo, one of these could put a country in a bad situation, dog. One of these can make a country really not exist anymore, for real. They dropping what they dropping that, dog. That yo, you know, Kofi, you know the original title for this show was "How Strapped Is Iran?" I swear it down. That's my original fucking title for the show. My original title for this show was this right here. Where did it go? Why does it keep doing that? I'm gonna punch this computer. I swear I'm gonna punch this computer, dog. I'm gonna punch this computer. What? One day you're gonna see me just punch the shit out of this computer, and that's it's gonna be that. Yo, this is my original, the absolute original title for the show. Because of all this, how strapped are they, bro? And they went through this shit last year for the 12-day war last year. How strapped they are, how really strapped they are. All this time sitting quiet. Are they really, have they been the real lion out the region? And I use a lion because that's the national animal. You hear me? Are they the real lion that just wanted to sleep and chill? How strapped are they? Are they so strapped they staring at Israel, Lirsi, and the US and saying, "Nah, we don't want to negotiate, bro. We tried that already." That's the word on the street. The word on the street that they don't want no negotiation. The word on the street that Mojtaba, Khamenei's son, ain't trying to hear none of that shit. No, he say he's not his daddy, bro. He said, that is my daddy. Yep, but I ain't him, son. My sister, we knocked her off. My niece knocked her off. Possibly his mom. I don't know if it was his mom directly. Sources saying it is his mom. Cool. Knocked her off. My daddy knocked him off. He's saying, I'm not him, son. He's saying, calm that shit down. He's saying, calm that shit down. Not me, not I. They look like they strapped to the teeth, dog. They do. We got to start being honest about this shit, dog. All this tough shit, all this conquest shit. We got to start being fucking honest. We have to, dog. What's up, Red? You already know. I'm over there tonight. We wailing over there.
Verified is what the IDF confirmed from its own end, and that confirmation is what changes the entire picture. On March the 10th, the Israeli Defense Forces held a press briefing and disclosed something that reframes this entire conflict. Approximately 50% of all ballistic missiles launched by Iran at Israel since February the 28th carried cluster bomb warheads, not conventional unitary warheads, cluster munitions, weapons that do not detonate as a single explosion. Instead, they released dozens of smaller submunitions, each packed with several kilograms of explosives, scattering across a radius of up to 10 kilometers. The IDF stated Iran has been firing cluster-armed missiles at Israel almost daily since the war started. The Foundation for Defense of Democracies confirmed this in an analysis published on March the 11th, noting that with Iran's launcher fleet being degraded by strikes, the shift to cluster warheads is a deliberate adaptation to extract maximum damage from each individual missile that gets through. Most people assume interception means the threat is neutralized. In reality, cluster munitions break that logic entirely. Israel's Arrow system, David's Sling, the Iron Dome, they are all engineered to track and destroy a single re-entry vehicle on a calculable arc. A cluster warhead is designed to fragment. If the interceptor reaches the missile before it disperses, the threat is contained. But if the warhead separates at altitude, which is what these weapons are designed to do, the submunitions scatter across kilometers before any interceptor can engage them individually. One missile becomes dozens of independent projectiles. And there's a second problem that rarely gets discussed. Even when a cluster-armed missile is intercepted, the force of the interception can still rupture the casing and spread the bomblets outward. The defense system operates on binary math. Hit or miss. Cluster ordnance operates on distribution. One warhead, 20 to 24 bomblets, and a 5-mile radius of dispersal. The evidence on the ground confirms this. In Yehud, just outside Tel Aviv, 2 construction workers were killed and a third critically wounded by submunitions from a single cluster-armed missile. They were outdoors. They never reached a shelter. First responders near Beit Shemesh described arriving at multiple overlapping blast scenes only meters apart, treating casualties simultaneously across a scattered impact zone. More than 100 countries have signed the Convention on Cluster Munitions, banning these weapons because of their indiscriminate nature and the unexploded ordnance they leave behind for years. Iran is not a signatory. Neither is Israel. Neither is the United States. Stay with me, because the interception problem is only one dimension. The second is what Iran has been doing to the systems that are supposed to make interception.
Okay, this is where my brain was getting twisted at. These things are leaving land sites. So it's leaving a land site, going up atmosphere and coming back to a land site. So it's missile technology. When you have bombas technology, it's leaving an air site. So it's leaving an aircraft. You understand what I'm saying? So this becomes air to surface, air to ground. It's a different. It is a difference, but the outcome is the same. A bigger range is hit. A bigger range is taking a beating versus a regular unified. Like I think it's called I think you just said it. Unified, a united, whatever the fuck it's called. That's either way, right? Ground to ground, surface to surface, or even if it's on a plane, it'll be air to ground still. But the difference is how does it get there? You don't have bombas, that's propelled, if that makes sense. You gotta guide them, right? There's GPSs on them, but missiles are propelled. Think about how an air-to-air situation works. They're not air-to-airing with bombas. They air-to-air with missile tech. I hope I explained that, G. I hope I did.
Impossible in the first place. On March the 11th, the New York Times published an analysis based on commercial satellite imagery, verified video footage, and official statements. That analysis identified at least 17 American military and other facilities damaged by Iranian strikes across the Gulf region. 11 of those are U.S. military installations. The sites include Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, Ali Al Salam Air Base and Camp Waring in Kuwait, and the 5th Fleet headquarters in Bahrain. Several were struck more than once. Satellite images show damage to radomes, satellite dishes, and structures adjacent to THAAD AN/TPY, 2 radar systems, the tracking radars that coordinate ballistic missile interception across the entire region. Near Al Ruwais in the United Arab Emirates, satellite imagery captured structural damage immediately adjacent to where an AN/TPY2 system was positioned. If damage affected radar support or communications, it could have reduced detection and coordination.
You get it? We're pretty much saying the same thing at this point, right? Shout out to Global Military Update. Big salute to you, G. You make good content, right? You doing your thing over there. Appreciate the work. Keep balling like a dog. Well, it's some things in this theater. It's called a theater, right? In this theater of warfare that we have to address, and we're walking into the part where how does Iran look so strong? How does Iran put up such a great defense, and how they push? It's going two ways at the same time. They taking hits, but they laying shit down at the same time, right? And when you think about how Learcy has been conducting themselves, they conduct themselves like big dogs. All right, I'm locking. And the U.S. has always been known to be the armed war dogs of the whole plane. This whole world that we live in, who's the war dogs? Who you gonna call? USA, right? That's who you're gonna call. If y'all allies, that's who you're gonna call. NATO relies a lot on them. Let's be real. A lot of countries don't budge till USA budge. Lie to yourself if you want to. I don't care. You gotta lay down with yourself at the end of the night. A lot of countries won't budge to anything until USA put their flag in the ground, start putting ships in the water, planes in the sky, troops on ground, getting real motherfucking serious. You hear me? Go for hold it down, G. I hope your fasting is going well, bro. I hope your fasting is going proper. I hope you getting what. I hope you're receiving the gifts and the blessings and the strength that comes from this journey that you're going through, my G. Peace, one love, always. You know what it is, my boy. And anybody else is going through Ramadan and fasting and getting right. I support all of it. More power to you, and I hope it's working out for you too, and you receiving your blessings, right, and your information and your knowledges at the same time. We have to comprehend what type of war is being fought, and that's what we're about to get into. This is going to answer your question, Libra. This is going to answer the question. So put on your socks. Sit down, get your little bevy, right? Tell my dog I say what up. You hear me? If he playing Call of Duty, tell him hold it down. Get proper, get real right. You're gonna take a quick spinny, right? And we're about to jump into it. And the ideology. The theoretics of asymmetrical warfare. That's what we're about to talk about next, right? And that's going to lead I'm going to lead us right into the next topic, which will be Millennium Challenge. Stand by, refresh yourselves. Let's take a quick minute to get situated. We at the 1 hour. We pushing the 1 hour marquee anyway. Perfect fucking timing. Let's take a quick break. Everybody get together. Roll what you gotta roll. Control what you gotta control. I'm gonna have to control this damn bird. Getting on my nerve a little bit tonight. But yo, lock in. We'll be right back. Quick spinny. About a minute. Maybe less than a minute. In and out, scared. And we committed to it, you hear me? Everybody who stayed, shout out, man. Y'all committed to doing good shit in life. Y'all committed to learning and getting better, dog. Just like me, right? I commit myself to growth. That's it. I commit myself to trying, giving it the good old, getting to the plate and swinging the bat. And let's talk about this shit, man. We have to talk about it. This is what we were witnessing. Just go, bruh. I love absolutely. You better go look at how some of these birds are expensive out here in these streets. Birds ain't cheap. If you willing to spend that money on a bird, what?
Did why?
All right. So I'm gonna just go. Like I'm sitting down. Nah, I go take a piss. I'm a grown ass man here. Asymmetrical warfare. This is about to be the quickest, smoothest explanation ever. And it's to the point, and it's to the T. Then we start rolling around, and I'll put this in a nice ball and a nice bundle for you. Maybe you can start to see why things look the way they look. You hear me?
A smaller, seemingly weaker force might choose to engage a larger, more powerful foe. Welcome to the intricate world of asymmetrical warfare, a concept that flips traditional military thinking on its head. Conventional warfare, as the name implies, is the norm. It's the familiar face of conflict that has shaped the course of history. Picture two uniformed armies clashing on a battlefield, each employing a similar range of weapons, tactics, and strategies. The success of these armies traditionally hinges on factors like manpower, technology, and resources. In a nutshell, conventional warfare is a straightforward contest of strength. The bigger, the better. But what happens when the scales are tipped, and one side possesses a clear-cut advantage in terms of size and strength? Enter asymmetrical warfare. This form of conflict, often employed by the underdog, leverages unconventional tactics to level the playing field. It's not about meeting force with equal force. It's about exploiting the enemy's weaknesses while maximizing your own strengths. Asymmetrical warfare is the domain of the guerrilla fighter, the insurgent, the cyber hacker. It's a game of hide and seek, a contest of wits rather than brute force. Here, success is not measured by territory gained or enemies slain, but by the ability to disrupt, to destabilize, and to demoralize the enemy. The strengths of asymmetrical warfare lie in its unpredictability and adaptability. It forces the larger, more conventional force to fight on unfamiliar terrain, both literally and figuratively. It's the nimble boxer dancing around the heavyweight, jabbing and weaving, always staying one step ahead. Yet, for all its advantages, asymmetrical warfare comes with its own set of challenges. It requires a deep understanding of the enemy, a willingness to take risks, and the patience to play the long game. It's not a quick fix or a shortcut to victory, but a strategic choice that demands resilience and cunning. In essence, the difference between conventional and asymmetrical warfare is a matter of perspective. Conventional warfare is a head-on clash of powers, a contest of who has the bigger stick. Asymmetrical warfare, on the other hand, is a chess game where the underdog employs unconventional strategies to checkmate the king. To wrap it up, conventional warfare and asymmetrical warfare are two sides of the same coin, each with its unique strengths and weaknesses. Conventional warfare thrives on raw power and resources, while asymmetrical warfare capitalizes on unpredictability and adaptability. Regardless of the approach, the ultimate goal remains the same: to achieve strategic objectives and secure victory. But remember, the path to victory is never a straight line, especially in the complex landscape of modern warfare.
Easy bonding, right? If you look at Hannibal Barca, go back and if you get a chance to, right, whenever you get some free time, look up a warlord called Hannibal Barca. His approach to war was extremely different. It was different. He used land and terrain to his advantage points, and he wouldn't have to be there long, right? Scouts give him information, and they just plot and scheme it so well that the enemy was lost on how they're being defeated, where they at, how did they get here, why are they behind us all of a sudden, why are we being attacked from these flanks and these different position pushes, right? It's a lot of skill and forethought and information coming in. It's like more wisdom worth than having a straight brute on the field. Brutality and being strong is fine, right? Those wars, those conventional wars, are very much like when they talk about war of attrition. That's very, very clear, right? We have two forces equally matched, and what happens is whoever tires out first loses. We grind it and we grind it to whoever can't manage anymore. That's what attrition is. Wars of attrition is just you beating down the enemy's forces so you win. In this format, it's more of, like, I guess you said it plainly, it's more of a chess game. It's more angling, it's more preparation, it's more using what you have on your side in your advantage. Because at the end of the day, you are the smaller person in the conflict. You are the smaller party in the conflict. Just like the example earlier with me and M Love. If me and M Love know for a fact that we stand in the middle of the dance floor, we smoked, what me and M Love might do is go back to back, right? And then we get a 360 view for real. Or what we might do is put our backs towards the wall so we see everything moving in that direction, right? We're using the terrain around us to get the most bang for our buck. It's not necessarily that we're taking out all 10 or all 5 guys, but what we're doing is we still walking out the club instead of getting slung at the club by the EMTs, right? And dollars staring at you in your face, trying to put that little plastic thing over you talking about, are you okay? Trying to give you smelling salts. And Messi over there in the background talking shit. I told him to stay their fucking black ass home. Right? We get to walk out the club the same way we walked in. Because we took what we had amongst us and use that to our advantage. Simple and plain. In that aspect. But in a greater sense, obviously, our war is real greater. we're about to talk about another part and another piece to the puzzle. And I think I'll close out tonight when we talk about the mind technology and the Horn of Humas and all that stuff. So let's go to this one. Let's talk about let's talk about Millennium. And from Millennium, I think we would get a good concept of how it's happening. Damn, bro, relax. Share this one instead. Boom, draw. Add in it. Yo, people don't like war talk and people don't like these talks. I don't like them either, right? But people are confused. And if I have some information, I'm going to give it out there. If I have some information to help people, information I actually can give without being sent to prison, I'll give the information, right? I'll give out the information. I'll talk about it. I'll find example points to make it and bring it and make it so solid in a sense. If they get people want to come here and think it's always a party, you got the wrong channel, bro. You had the absolute wrong fucking channel. You think every day we over here skinning and grinning our fucking teeth, laughing and gaffing. Wrong channel. We actually talk. We really talk about real shit over here. We really be fucking half thinking over this motherfucker. You hear me?
Il faut savoir que quand les États-Unis envisagent de faire la guerre, ils font ce qu'on appelle des war games.
This fucking guy. That is completely my bad. I had no clue that fucking video was in a different language other than English. But we in there now, so let's read it, right? So more than 20 years ago, a retired general for the United States and a war simulator. That's a Marine guy, huh? Yeah, the flag is red. That's a Marine guy. You see this right here? That's red. It's a Marine guy. He ain't an Army general. He's a Marine general. War simulation playing the role of Iran. So this was them simulating war. FDR served. In 2022, during the Millennium Challenge exercise, a military exercise, retired Marine Corps General Paul Van Ripper was placed at the head of the opposing force, which represented Iran. In the simulation, in just a few minutes, asymmetrical tactics overwhelmed the American side. 16 American ships were sunk, including one carrier, the equivalent of 20,000 sailors being sent to Allah. The exercise was immediately halted. The fleet refloated, simulation reset, forbidden to use that tactic. So he defeated them. And then what happened was reset. Just like laser tag, right? You smoke out the other team, you go back to your hubs, y'all win, they put your little one on the board, right? Team, you got Team Val versus Team Libra, right? They got the first game. They won the first game, right? You get your little one check mark in the block. Reset it. Everybody backpacks get reset, right? Cool. Start off. So what they're saying is he beat him the first game. They reset the games, but told him he could not use the same tactics. He had to switch his tactics up. Listen carefully. He could not use his asymmetrical tactics. Switch up your tactics. Let's go again. In protest, he left the exercise stating that it became propaganda. Listen. You have to. You have to. I say this shit all the time. If you have the ability to have the first thought, you should have the ability to have the second thought. Have the second thought. Just go a little bit further into that. I teach that shit to my kid. I teach that shit to my daughter. Have the second thought. Today, Iran is applying the same asymmetric doctrine that it simulated back then, exploiting the geography, deploying swarms of small boats, mines, missiles, unmanned systems, particularly around the Persian Gulf and the Straits of Hormuz. This lesson was shared more than 20 years ago. This right here is what I want all you motherfuckers sitting in this room to start fucking talking. This is when the chat's supposed to go wild and crazy and start talking amongst each other. Maybe to me too, that's fine. But are you not seeing or reading what it... This was not the unknown. This was something that was already known because they simulated it already. Get out of here, buddy. I don't like you no more. You non-English speaking motherfucker. All right, here we go. Iran sunk 16 U.S. ships, including an aircraft carrier, in the U.S.-run war simulation in 2002. The United States conducted the largest military exercise in its history, Millennium Challenge 2002. Scenario simulated a full-scale war against a fictional state representing Iran. Red Force commander Paul Van Ripper used unconventional tactics. Result: 16 warships virtually sunk, including a fucking carrier. 10 fucking destroyers halted and restarted with modified rules to ensure that and y'all still fucking quiet. This is what makes me question a lot of fucking people that walk around this fucking place. This is what makes me question people's fucking comprehension. It makes me question people's fucking everyday fucking life. This shit will affect you. You swear to God it's not on your fucking doorstep right in right now. Wait for motherfucking tomorrow, dog. Wait. You have no fucking clue what tomorrow looks like. Y'all want to sit there and act like y'all got this great comprehension and y'all fucking understand everything. And now every day you have this great reverence for tomorrow now. Did you not wake up the other day just like everybody else and realize that we was in a fucking full-on war? But you still sitting in the comfort of your home, drinking your fucking drinks, and you feel completely safe. You just feel like shit just smooth, huh? More power to y'all, dog. Do what the fuck you want to do. Ball like a dog, like I say. Where is it? Where is it? Where did I stash that at? I stashed it. No, that's the one for last. What is this one? Did that one. I have a couple more videos and then we rolling out for the night because I got a whole nother event going on tonight with the homie Red. And apparently she got somebody else coming up there and I ain't jacking it. I ain't fucking jacking it, but it ain't my show, it ain't my channel, all right? Just a humble guest. This is it right here.
Celebrating the killing of Ali Khamenei. They think regime change is happening. They think decapitating Iran's leadership means the war is won. But here's what nobody wants to tell you. The war was already lost before the first bomb dropped. And the reason has nothing to do with leadership or ideology or military strategy. It's math. Pure, brutal economics. Let me explain. On February 28th, the United States and Israel launched what they're calling Operation...
I think y'all forgot that it's expensive to fight fucking wars. Remember? Afghanistan, remember 2000, remember the 1990s, Desert Storm, remember all them operate, that shit expensive, ain't it? Well, listen to this take on this, and then I'll show you some other shit.
Epic fury. The goal? Regime change in Iran. They've conducted over 2,000 airstrikes. They killed Khamenei. They destroyed IRGC facilities. And everyone in Washington and Tel Aviv is talking about victory. But here's the problem. While they were celebrating, Iran launched over 1,000 ballistic missiles and drones at Israel and US allies across the Gulf. And this is where the math becomes catastrophic. Israel's Aerosystem interceptors cost roughly $80,000 each. American THAAD interceptors cost between $12 million and $13 million per unit. Iranian ballistic missiles, about $100,000 to produce. Now you might think, okay, the Arrow is comparable, but look at THAAD. You're spending $13 million to stop a $100,000 missile. And here's the asymmetry that matters most. Iran is producing over 100 ballistic missiles per month. The United States and Israel combined can produce 6 to 7 interceptors per month. Does that make sense? Iran launches 100, you can replace 7. This is not a sustainable equation. This is economic suicide. And it gets worse. In the 12-day war last June, the United States burned through 20 to 25% of its entire THAAD interceptor stockpile. That was 12 days. We're now on day 5 of this war, and according to CNN, at least one Gulf ally is already running low on interceptors and urgently requesting resupply from the United States. The Wall Street Journal reports Israel may need to start rationing its Arrow interceptors by the end of this week. The system is already overwhelmed. So what happens when you run out of interceptors? Iranian missiles start getting through, and they're not targeting empty desert bases anymore. They're hitting Dubai's Palm Jumeirah. They're striking airports in Kuwait and Qatar. They hit the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh. They've attacked Saudi Aramco's Ras Tanura refinery, one of the largest oil facilities on the planet. This isn't precision military targeting. This is infrastructure annihilation designed to collapse the economic foundation of the Gulf states. Here's what the mainstream media isn't telling you. The Gulf states never wanted this war. Oman was mediating peace talks between the US and Iran in February. Their foreign minister said peace was within reach. Then Trump launched the strikes anyway. Now the UAE has recalled its ambassador from Israel. That's a massive diplomatic signal. Saudi Arabia is furious. Qatar shot down 2 Iranian jets but is publicly staying neutral. Why? Because these countries understand something Washington doesn't. Iran's strategy isn't to defeat the US military conventionally. It's to make the cost of defending the Gulf states economically unbearable. It's to turn America's allies into liabilities. Let me break down the game theory here. Trump has 2 choices. Option 1, continue the war and protect the Gulf states. This requires an endless supply of interceptors that don't exist. Production can't scale fast enough. The industrial base isn't there. So you either let Iranian missiles through and watch critical infrastructure burn, or you deploy ground troops to occupy Iran and eliminate the missile threat at the source. But ground troops require congressional approval, which won't come. 78% of Americans opposed the initial strikes. The number opposing invasion would be even higher, probably 85 to 90%. Option 2, withdraw. Declare some kind of victory, blame the Gulf states for not fighting hard enough, and pull out. Trump already started setting this up. On March 1st, he said the operation would be completed within 4 weeks. That's not confidence. That's setting a timeline for withdrawal. That's preparing the American public for retreat. Now, why did Trump do this in the first place if the math was always against him? Here's where personal incentives override national strategy. Saudi Arabia invested $2 billion in Jared Kushner's private equity fund. $2 billion. That's a bribe. In exchange for what? For Trump being aggressive against Iran. The Saudis want regime change. They see Iran as an existential threat to their power structure, so they're paying Trump to attack Iran. Miriam Adelson, a major pro-Israel billionaire, has pledged $250 million if Trump runs for a third term. These aren't campaign donations. These are payments for policy. Trump personally benefits from this war, even if America doesn't. He gets billions in financial support. He gets political backing for extending his power. And here's another benefit for Trump personally. If the war goes badly and he needs emergency powers, he can delay elections. He can consolidate executive authority. He can suppress opposition by calling them unpatriotic during wartime. So even if this war is a disaster for America, it might help Trump personally stay in power. Does that make sense? People don't want to believe this because it suggests leaders make decisions that harm their countries for personal gain. But this is exactly what happened in Iraq in 2003. George W. Bush ignored intelligence reports that said there were no weapons of mass destruction. He invaded anyway. Why?
Ain't nobody got time for that. Not today.
Because it helped him politically. The Iraq war was sold as regime change through shock and awe.
Nice and easy, right? In and out ski. Simply based on economics, which I had a conversation last night with the homie about economic toll. Shit looking a little fucking shaky to me. And you know me?
Ahead of the sexual. So
you already know. That's where I stay.
We'll decapitate Saddam's regime, destroy his military in 3 weeks, and democracy will flourish. And we did decapitate the regime. We killed Saddam. We destroyed the Iraqi army in 21 days. Mission accomplished, right? Then we spent 20 years fighting an insurgency that cost $2 trillion and over 4,000 American lives. Because regime decapitation doesn't end wars. It just creates power vacuums that get filled by work.
That sounds familiar. Hold on. I think somebody said this already. I think. I'm not, don't quote me on it. I think somebody said this a while ago, actually. In the maybe last year. It had to have been last year. It had to have been last year. Somebody said this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I have it. I don't know where I stashed it at. I'm torn between IG and the Twitter, bro. I am. Let's keep listening in the meantime then, so I don't keep y'all staring at my long head.
First actors. And that's exactly what's happening in Iran right now. Khamenei is dead, but the IRGC isn't. Iran's missile production facilities aren't. The revolutionary ideology that's been building for 40 years isn't. You can't bomb away a government structure that's been preparing for this exact war for 2 decades. Iran knew this was coming. They've been studying US military doctrine since 2003. They watched what happened in Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan. They learned that survival requires asymmetric capabilities that can't be destroyed by air power alone. And they built exactly that. Underground missile factories, distributed command and control, proxy forces across the region. You're not fighting a conventional military. You're fighting a distributed network designed specifically to survive American shock and awe. Here's the nightmare scenario that's already unfolding. The Gulf states are getting pounded by Iranian missiles. Their interceptor stockpiles are running dry. Their economies are collapsing because airspace is closed, airports are damaged, oil facilities are burning. Insurance rates for shipping in the Persian Gulf have tripled. Foreign investors are pulling out. The safe haven reputation of Dubai is destroyed. So the Gulf states are going to demand that the United States either pay Iran to stop, we're talking about trillions in reparations and reconstruction, or send ground troops to finish the job. Binary choice. Money or boots on the ground. And the United States can't do either. There's no political will for ground invasion. The American people won't support it. Congress won't authorize it. And there's no money for reparations because
we are just going to take out the Ayatollah. Oh, really? What comes next? What comes after regime change? Might be, oh, well, we need a small number of U.S. troops to support the new regime. We have seen this play before. Regime change, you have no idea how this is going to work out. You have
Trump will pull out, blame the Gulf states for inadequate support, and leave Israel.
Isn't that crazy? Somebody said this a year ago. Some random person. A random guy.
Israel to face Iran alone. And Israel can't win that fight. They can bomb Tehran, they can kill leaders, but they can't occupy Iran. They can't stop the missiles. And eventually the interceptor stockpiles run out. This is the end game. Now some people will say, but we have air superiority. Israeli jets are operating over Tehran in daylight. We've destroyed 40% of Iran's ballistic missile launchers. We control the skies. But air superiority doesn't matter if you can't stop the missiles that are already in the air.
Y'all get it now? We're not going to talk about the landmines today. What we are going to talk about is the expenditure. Like he brought it up, right? His first take was economics. Then we close out and talk about something a little bit lighter. Still serious as fuck, but something a little bit on the lighter side of life.
This Russian caliber cruise missile costs around $1 million, while the American Tomahawk cruise missile cost about $2 million. Comparing with the Shahed 136, it is more or less a low-budget cruise missile with a reported price tag of just $10,000 to $20,000 dependent on variants, while the average price of cars here in America is around $40,000. When launched in swarms, these are a menace in this modern battlefield. But in this content, we will look at how this drone works, the moped engine behind it, and the basic step-by-step process of how this works. Again, this wouldn't be fair if the pros and cons are not analyzed and how they are being tackled. We will also look on how to counter the drones with old and new weapon systems. So let's get straight to the content. A modern single-use loitering munition, or some might call it the kamikaze, or suicide drones. Now let us analyze what is a loitering munition. A loitering munition, commonly referred to as a suicide drone or kamikaze drone. Loitering munitions are cheap, rapid response.
He's saying kamikaze, but because it's a bot, etc., etc.
This time against hidden or covered targets that appear for short periods of time, without positioning high-value drones close to the target area. It has its advantage and disadvantages, which would be clarified throughout our content. Now let us look at the specification. The drone has a reported length of 3.56 meter, with a wingspan of 2.59 meter. The drone has a delta wing configuration. Let's compare this to a person to understand its size. As you can see, this is pretty huge for a loitering or suicide drone. The Al-Shahed weighs around 220 kilograms, while the warhead could weight ranging from 5 to 35 kilograms. It all depends on the mission. All that weight is amazingly being powered by a Moto MD550, a 50 horsepower civilian engine, which makes it pretty slow. This is a small moped engine or scooter engine sourced from China at a cheap price. Let us look at how it sounds like. The soldiers on the battlefield reported it sounded like the World War II German planes, the Stuka. Interestingly, the Germans intentionally developed this siren to create a psychological...
Pause for the cause. Big dog tree star in the fucking building, y'all. Tree stars in the town square. You better act like y'all know. Y'all better act like y'all know. Y'all seen the tree star stepping. What? Disrespect. Yeah, they've been disrespectful all night, G.
Impact in the battlefield. They would
all night they've been carrying on.
Installed a wind-driven siren that uttered.
Don't take it personal.
A screaming sound at a maximum.
Somebody set the tone and most likely left. You hear me?
But instead of the German Stuka,
I ain't gonna say no name. Messi Michon live. Messi Michon reacts. Messi Michon travel. Messi Michon long head ass. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. They was acting up.
Siren. In this modern battlefield,
But I salute you, Big G. You know we get down how we does it.
you will be hearing a two-stroke moped buzzing in the air, which would be soaring through the sky. These are reported to be the flaps located just beside the two-stroke engine, and these are what are called the elevens, which function like the elevator of the plane. From what we know, the Al-Sahid drones are guided by GLONASS, or anti-radiation seeker, located in the middle of the fuselage. For those of you who are not familiar, what are anti-radiation seeker? It is a missile or drone that is designed to detect and home in on an enemy radio emission source to strike its target. Combining the delta wing configuration with the two-stroke engine will give the drone a range of 1,000 kilometers, while the reported cruising range is 2,500 kilometers. Now, let us look at what is inside the belly of this drone. This is the RATO, or rocket-assisted takeoff, which we will be explaining later in the content. Let us look at the basic step-by-step process of how this works. Step number 1. The drone is carried on a simple truck carrier that looks like it is for cargo transport. But inside this cover are these menacing swarm drones. Each launcher in a standard truck container transports around 5 menacing drones. Step number 2. Inertial navigation or GLONASS data, a Russian alternative to GPS, are fed to these drones. Points to be noted: they are using a civilian inertial navigation system, but could be upgraded in the future. Step number 3. At a press of a button, the drone is launched with the rocket-assisted takeoff. This rocket-assisted takeoff is ejected just like this. This was installed to reduce weight and efficiency and let the two-stroke engine take over. Step number 4. As these are swarm drones, a total of 5 to 10 are used all at once to overwhelm the enemy air defense system. Step number 5. The drone will be loitering at extremely low altitudes, which would make them difficult to shoot. The UAV drones would be operating in a swarm. In addition, the Al-Shahid 136 are quite small and have a composite structure, which makes them difficult to detect with the help of radars.
Composite structure, not metallic structure. They don't carry a heat signal also. The heat signal is ran off of something, so it won't even register. We carry on.
Step number 6. When it reached its targets, the drone will dive in with all 5 or just even 2 remaining drone, swarming in full speed to destroy the target. Now, let us look at its limitations. The precision of the drone terminal is derived from commercial inertial navigation system. If this is jammed or disabled or obstructed, both of these could stop the drone from getting to its target. As stated, this drone is flown at very low speed. This could be countered by the Javelin or even Stinger missiles, but the cost factor comes into play. The solution is the Gepard, which is an all-weather capable German self-propelled anti-aircraft gun with built-in radar. These could counter most of the Kamikaze drones at an effective range of 5.5 kilometers.
Yeah.
The second cheaper version is the Soviet Union anti-aircraft gun Zu-23 used by Ukraine. It was designed to engage low-flying targets at a range of 2.5 kilometers, which are battle-tested against these drones. Considering all these limitations, we have to remember these are swarms drones, operating in a group of 5. One drone could always get past the defense system, and thus create a dangerous weapon to the modern battlefield. At AI Telly, we produce basic engineering content regardless of countries or race. We
appreciate you, dog. Quick explanation, in and out skis, you hear me? People keep looking at this thing in different ways. But the reality of it is, dog, it's only motherfuckers like me that really look into this shit for real and gather up onesies, twosies, and push this shit together. Box it and put it out there. There's a lot of more cats doing it. It's a lot more people, right, working this angle. I'm not saying I'm the only one. I didn't hear or see any black people talking about this shit. Like they're not affected. Tree Star solidified itself again as the numero uno. supporter of this type of fucking content, this type of fucking information all the time, G. Name goes back in the banner. Let me get that banner squared away, and I do the rest. You hear me? Boom draw. Tree Star is in the banner. Yo, if y'all got fingers left, put Tree Star in the chat. You hear me? My man, 100 grand. You know what's gonna happen, Tree Star? They're gonna sit there and complain, and they're gonna be act confused about why gas is high. I know we got some conflict going on, but I don't comprehend why gas is high. That's why you eliminate slow people from around you, G. We talked about this the other night when we go over there by Red. The people you bond with and how you bond with them tells a whole lot about you and yourself. You know, people enjoy being dumb. Being dumb makes them absolutely not accountable. Because once you know better, you charged by the universe to do better. You hear me? We can't get distracted by the tactics of the main co-ops that are using. Don't forget, the internet dependence. Getting started. It was shit in motion, dog. That motherfuckers don't even realize that Venezuela play was a prior play. Motherfuckers don't even know that is a draft in effect right now. The bill is already there. The bill is already up, signed, good to go, squared away. Draft, back to it. This is how your enemy counts upon your ignorance. This is why I had the fucking conversation about bread and circus. They want to watch sports. They want to jump on the YouTube. They just want to be, they want to be so involved in every fucking thing outside of them. They want to go to the Coliseum and watch the gladiators fight tigers and fight each other. That's what bread and circus is. They can't comprehend these things, Aki. So you guess what we do? We leave them the fuck behind. Y'all know I done cuss mega motherfuckers out on this channel, G. Mega motherfuckers I cussed out on this channel already. I don't care about that. I don't care about that shit, bro. I don't. I do not. I do not care about none of that shit, dog. I gotta get, dog, my Jeep, bro.
I want some more motherfucker.
I told you, I'm a man of my word. Where's the Italian?
Let everybody be who they decide for them to be, Aki. Promise you that. I definitely could promise you that. Those choices aren't not choices. You feel me? They rather play ostrich. They rather play fucking ostrich, G. That's your choice. Deal with the shit you gotta deal with. The mines, oh yeah, fuck it, we're talking about it, G. So they brought up this big controversy. about mines being laid in the Strait of Hormuz, right? They bring up the Horn of Hormuz, right? Sorry, the Strait of Hormuz, the Horn of Africa. No, it's the Straits of Hormuz, right? And how it's mined. Very cool. They mined it for their own, for reasons to lock off, and this is a strategic play. What the fuck? Okay, why would you want if you're beefing with Iran, why would you want to even be in the Horn of Hormuz? This is what we know of, right? This is what is displayed. This is what's out there in the spectrum. Five naval ports. They own a majority of the fucking real estate of the Persian Gulf and the Horn. The Horn. Like, what the fuck? You know, I keep calling that Horn because it's Hormuz in the Strait. They own the majority of the real estate in there. Why would you even be interested in that area? What are you going to do in that area other than get completely washed? But you know what? I guess y'all smarter than me. I guess people get paid for these decisions. Sure. Crazy strategy. Let's see what does. Dog, they locked out this shit. And allegedly, hold on, let me get my shit together. They letting the homies get through. The homies could get by. Letting the homies slide in. Just guess what? You gotta feed the block. The block gotta get fed, you hear me? This block. This is the block we're talking about. The block gotta get fed. They gotta feed the block. They pumping crazy work out there. That's the plug. They getting down. Fair enough. Let's talk about mines. Because the other day we looked at the Iranians saying that we don't need ships to put mines over there. Remember that? We don't need ships to put mines over there. Whew, have mercy on my soul.
Okay, so at their core, mines come in two basic flavors. You've got the classic contact mine. That's the one you've seen in all the old war movies, the spiky ball floating around. A ship bumps it, and boom. Simple, but effective. But then you have its much smarter and way deadlier cousin, the influent mine. And this is where the technology really takes a leap. These influence mines, they don't need to be bumped. They wait for a ship's signature. See, any big ship moving through the water creates a magnetic field. It makes noise. It changes the water pressure around it. These smart mines are down there, listening, feeling, and sensing, just waiting for the exact right target profile to pass overhead before they decide to detonate. And they can wait in a few different places. Some are drifters, which just float around freely. It's terrifyingly random, and they're actually banned by international law, but they're still out there. Others are moored, tethered to the seabed so they float below the surface like silent predators. But the most powerful ones, those are the bottom mines. They literally just sit on the seafloor, packed with huge explosive charges, and they are incredibly hard to find. So a mine goes off underwater. How does that explosion actually take out a massive steel ship floating way above it? It's not just a big bang. It's a really fascinating and pretty brutal display of physics. It's this devastating 1-2 punch. First, the explosion creates this massive, super fast, expanding bubble of gas. This bubble just rockets upward and slams into the bottom of the ship, into its keel, trying to literally lift it out of the water and break its back. And at the exact same time, the blast sends out this invisible but incredibly powerful shockwave that can tear a hole in the hull and shatter sensitive equipment all over the inside of the ship. Okay, so that sounds really bad for a warship. But what about the ships that are the most likely targets in the Strait of Hormuz? The supertankers. I mean, these things are just enormous. Surely they can handle a mine, right? Well, it's a bit complicated. That gas bubble we just talked about, it's probably not strong enough to break the spine of a fully loaded supertanker. And believe it or not, the millions of gallons of crude oil inside can actually absorb some of the shockwave. But, and this is a big but, a full tanker is so heavy that it sits much, much lower in the water. And that brings its hull that much closer to a powerful bottom mine, which makes a hull breach much more likely. And look, this isn't just a bunch of theory. History is absolutely littered with examples of these weapons that wait, completely changing the course of naval history, proving just how effective they are against even the most powerful navies in the world. I mean, just look at this. In World War I, Turkish mines stopped the British fleet cold. During the Korean War, some 50-year-old mines held up a massive US armada for 8 days. And right there in the Persian Gulf in 1988, a single ancient Iranian mine almost sank a modern US warship. The pattern is just crystal clear. Again and again, simple, cheap mines have humbled the most advanced navies on the planet. Which brings us right back to that jaw-dropping statistic from the beginning. This isn't just some interesting thing that happened in the past. It is the single biggest cause of US naval ship casualties in the entire modern era. It's a persistent, effective, and deadly threat. Okay, so that brings us back to today. We know mines work. We know the Strait of Hormuz is a major flashpoint. So what exactly does Iran have in its toolbox? What's in their arsenal? Well, Iran's stockpile is kind of a mixed bag, and that's actually what makes it so dangerous. They've got thousands of older simple contact mines that, as we've seen, are still incredibly effective. But they also have more advanced bottom mines from places like Russia and China. They even have sophisticated rocket-propelled mines that literally launch a warhead up towards a passing ship. And on top of all that, they claim they're making their own advanced versions too. But, you know, it's one thing to have the weapons. It's another thing to use them effectively. Iran's big strength is that huge, diverse arsenal and its ability to lay mines from all those sneaky small boats. Their weaknesses? They don't have many specialized mine-laying ships, and there are real questions about how ready their submarines are. A lot of their supposed capability is, for now, pretty much untested. And that really leads us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. Does Iran actually need to sink a whole fleet of supertankers to win a conflict? Or do they just need to lay a few mines, damage one ship, and let fear do the rest of the work? The real power of a naval mine might not be its explosive charge. It might be its ability to just clog the arteries of global commerce through pure disruption, to send insurance rates through the roof and bring shipping to a dead stop, all without ever sinking a second vessel. So you have to ask yourself, what's more powerful, a weapon that sinks the ship or a weapon that closes a strait?
They not playing the same. They not playing. Though we just talked about asymmetrical war, bro. While they playing the asymmetrical war game, knowing how the terrain is, knowing how protected they are on the Eastern Front. Knowing how they protected on the Northern Front. The only point of entry for real looks like they Western, Northern, maybe Southern Kuwait, right? This is difficult shit. This is not easy shit we're talking about, brother. This is not no fly-by-night shit. This is their vulnerability points. And without a doubt, they're completely aware of it. They aware. I got one more point to bring up before we ride out for the night over here, because tonight I'm definitely going over there by the homie Red to kick it for a little bit. Look at this map one more time. This is the Caspian. We know the Caspian exists. Persian Strait opens into the Arabian Sea, right? You don't think this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one is what is already it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can make noise. Can make noise. Look at that for yourself. You push in from Iraq. You got immediate response. 1, 2, 3, 4. Air and sea. You draw a line right here. If you cut this up in forts, you would get this portion, this portion, this portion to this city, and then you would get this city, the rest over here. Why do you think they're not crazy about this portion over here? Why they not going hammers and dropping all these bases over here? Do I think they got shit over here? Yes. But if this is what is put up out here, why is the inside portion, right? Three quarts. Why is 3/4 of this thing right here? You cut it from here all the way down, main city, you take it down right here, boom. 3/4 of this thing is chill. It looks chill, right? Well, 1 quart looks chill. There's quart over here that bucks up against Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan in the top. Why do you think this looks chill in comparison to this region right here? Coinkydinks? We still walking around here thinking that this it's coinkydink land? Okay, cool. You think in this quart right here, they ain't ready? You think this quart can't support this quart? And this quart can't support this? Yeah, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Hey, yo. I'm done. At the end of the day, I don't want this shit to even really be a thing we have to fucking talk about. Let me be absolutely clear. And in closing and rolling out, I'm gonna play 2 bits. Shout out to James Lee as usual. James out here tweeting. No, not this one. No. I lied. Nope, not that one. Nope, I lied. Nope, can't play that one. That's something different. That's about something completely different. On topic, but not for this specific. It is about the war, but it's not about this specific lane that we, this specific bullseye we headed to. But it was James Lee. James Lee do good work. James Lee doing God's work out here in these streets. We're going to close out after this video right here, though. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the buttons being hit. Let's hear what? The Super Hound. This motherfucker's a full-blooded dog. I don't know if you know who he is. His name is Ian Carroll. He is a real life creature, G. Yo, Upward, what up, my boy? My man, 100 grand. Dog, pound for pound, G. Pound for pound. Ian Carroll is a fucking dog. If you get an opportunity, punch in Ian Carroll and just enjoy. He's different. He's different, but we all are different. We all have our own things. We all have our own lanes. We all have our own styles. I fucks with his style. And the crazy part about it is the video I'm about to show you right now, he doesn't even look like this anymore. He looks hella like more like a squared away, not punk rocky, fucking gangster cat. Like he looks more like a fucking he's look more professional, if that's the term for it.
Essentially, the Samson option.
That's Ian Carroll, bro. He does not have the same wig chop. He don't wear gauges. Yo, that's Ian Carroll. Dope as fuck. I fucks with Ian Carroll. He created his own. He was one of that guy. Remember I was talking about the Epstein files being so massive that one human being could not actually go through it for real. What him and his homies did, they created an AI to scrub it. He's one of the people that did it. So to add more credence to what the fuck I've been telling you, and I'm telling you he's a fucking dog. Him and his people create a fucking AI that scrubs this shit. It's called Web. I'm gonna promote it one day, but I don't want to promote it right now because I don't think it's something with it, with the tokens and how the bots are running in it. I'm not exactly sure. But as of right now, he is so fucking committed to it. He's blessing people with the tokens to do the research and help draw the information out. I don't know if he's doing that anymore. But he's definitely, him and his crew, his homies, they are going hammers over there. And that AI, think about we just talking about Epstein files. Think about what that AI, that open source could actually fucking pull out. It's it's not circumcised. It's not owned by anybody that wants to curtail and give you what the internet wants you to have. It is running by itself. Big salute to fucking Ian Carroll and that crew over there, dog. I fucks with them. That is genius fucking shit that they doing over there. But listen to what this is, and then we talk about it, and then we close up.
Is Israel's kind of looming threat that if we ever get into a war and we're losing, we'll throw a fucking tantrum and nuke everyone, because the Samson option is not just a declaration that we will be unafraid to use nukes against our enemies, but if our allies let us start to lose any of our wars, we're gonna nuke them too. Because y'all pieces of shit should have had our backs when we were down, and if you don't, fuck you, we're bombing everybody. I'm kind of I'm kind of embellishing, but that is actually what the Samson option talks about, and you should look it up for yourself because it's fucking psycho. And I cannot think of anything that is more toddler than, if I don't get my way, I'm a fucking nuke everyone, so you better help me.
But isn't that how M Love said it earlier, right? Isn't that how we know literacy to fucking behave? I'm so fucking special because the H word happened, right? The HO cost, right, happened to me and my people, that I get to live my fucking life without any fucking reproach. We've seen them do the most egregious shit. I fucking showed you last night a video of fucking IDFs SAing a person that was a detainee from Palestine. At the same time, months later, nobody is charged. Fuck everybody else that went through their own HO costs. Fuck everybody else race that went through a G-side. Fuck everybody else that suffered under being snatched from their lands, and they the fucking special ones. That's how literacy thinks. That's how the Zionists from literacy think. Be careful of the words you fucking use, because there are people on this planet that practice Judaism that do not fuck with any of them. They so special, G, that the world needs to bow and acquiesce to their fucking needs. How many years and decades has it been? Y'all don't even be real about your fucking selves, so I really doubt y'all could be real with anything the fuck else outside of you. How many fucking decades has it been? Now you got the real practitioners of Judaism getting fucking egg on their fucking face based on these fucking Zionist cunts and their fucked up behavior. Bruh. I'm upward, G. The motherfuckers in America for they self can't get $1 for the ancestor being slung inside of a fucking tree based on the policies and the governmental agencies activated to destroy them. But you want the same people here to have a fucking conscience or give a fuck about somebody over there that ain't really the motherfucking real people from that? Yo, if you don't get the flying fuck out my face, dog. But like I said, we was playing the video and we was closing out, dog. Y'all know it's a love thing for me all the time, 24/7, like a Mac 11, dog, ready and primed to fire, G. Y'all know it's a love thing at the end of the day, dog. I only talk this way and I only talk about these things because I get lost in how people are so subservient to fuckery. They're not subservient to reality and truth. They subservient to what the fuck that serves them. They subservient to the dollar bill. They subservient to money. They subservient to things that they can't take at no time with them when they transcend from this realm. I have to end with a funny, bro. I have to. I literally have to. Because then I don't want to take this energy over there when I'm kicking it with red, bro. I have to end with a good note. I gotta find one. There's some stashed in there. But if y'all think this is from fucking hate, then fuck you and you don't fucking know me. And that's good. And keep it that way and bang the fuck out. Unsubscribe, go back in your fucking corner, go to where they tell you sweet shit and rub your fucking back and talk from two sides of their fucking head and speak with a split tongue. Go enjoy that shit. That shit's not happening here, Aki. It's not. If that's what you into, go fucking find it. I promise you, it's enough drama and bullshit fucking channels out here. You would never be not entertained. I promise you, there's enough people out here that would lie to you that you would never not feel good about it. I promise you, there's a lot of shit going on out here that will just make you numb to fucking reality. I'm telling you, go get it, dog. But come over here and fix your fucking face properly. Get your mind fucking right. Get your attitude adjusted. When we over here talking about real shit, we talking about real shit. When we over here partying, that's just what it is. We partying. We gotta party sometimes to not fucking cry. Sometimes we gotta laugh just to not fucking cry. Sometimes we gotta do weird shit, wild shit, funny shit, so we don't fucking break down and go park ourselves in a corner and eat buckshot. Y'all know what the fuck be going on out here for real? It's lipstick. We over there by lipstick tonight. I'm about to drop the link in a little bit. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna drop the link and run a promo. God, motherfuckers is weird, son. Y'all like weird shit. Y'all just fucking different, dog. Different as fuck. This right here I should have played this shit the other night. I should have played this the other night when RN was trying to be on my heels, motherfucker. Roll. On the set, getting it. Legend, what up, G? AI is AI be tweaking, Sean. AI out of control, bro. I fuck this shit right here. I fuck. I don't that shit that makes shit look real. I'm not going for that shit. I'm not. I know I got some wild shit in here somewhere. Oh, I got the shit that you sent me too, Reaper. I never downloaded it yet though. So I gotta go into the vault. Oh no. Okay. Relax.
This episode of Tweaker Geographic, we witness a lone male tweaker in the midst of a scratch and sniff ritual. He inhales, processes the data, and then, instantly fueled by the potency of his own underpants, a dance begins. No audience, no shame, just pure stench-smelling confidence. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we witness a lone male tweaker in the midst of a scratch and sniff ritual. He inhales. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, researchers discover a rare machine roaming the urban wilderness, the Crackmobile. Built from a bicycle and hundreds of trash bags, the vehicle reportedly features under-the-hood meth injections and a crack-powered V8 engine. Fuel source: delusion. The operator sealed the trash bag canopy and rolled back into traffic like a post-apocalyptic garbage bag stealth vehicle. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, researchers discover a rare machine roaming the urban wilderness, the Crackmobile. Built from a bicycle and hundreds of trash bags, the vehicle reportedly features under-the-hood meth injections and a crack-powered V8 engine. Fuel source: delusion. The operator sealed the trash bag canopy and rolled back into traffic. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, in the concrete wastelands, two female tweakers engage in a territorial dispute. Armed with wheelchairs and confidence, they circle aggressively. Threat calls are exchanged, none of which affect the outcome. The battle ends in a draw, as both roll away convinced they absolutely won. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, in the concrete...
That's it. Which one? The automobile? Is that? Did I miss that one? Oh, you talking about Buddy's accent? Oh, no, yo, this one is my favorite. Take 1 second and see who's in here. I'm not even sharing it. Hold on. I thought I was still sharing. Hold on. Take your mans out. Take your man. There's people.
Yeah, I can fix this. As cars and semis rocket past him at lethal speed, repeatedly denying fate, he approaches the gator with the confidence of someone who has never learned a lesson. Using advanced techniques such as aggressive hand motions, incoherent yelling, and pure chemical optimism, the tweaker attempts to assert dominance. The gator thinks otherwise. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we encounter the Florida highway tweaker. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a wild tweaker. Already 30 feet in the air, he has evolved beyond sidewalks and into public infrastructure. The stoplight becomes his nest. From above, he challenges gravity and authority. Below, police deploy a massive inflatable cushion. Commands are issued and instantly ignored. With diplomacy extinct, officers deploy the tweaker tranquilizer. The subject believes he can fly. Gravity disagrees. The cushion catches him, and the ecosystem is restored. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, it's a bird, it's a plane. No.
We're gonna watch one more and then we slide it out, G. We're gonna watch one more and then we get out ski. You heard me? I got red and less than that. Hold on. When I got red? 2 hours?
On this
I think it's 2 hours for red.
Episode of Tweaker Geographic, we encounter a truly bewildering sidewalk specimen. Dressed in what experts can only describe as a confusing blend of thrift store clearance and absolute confidence. Armed with a ribboned stick of unknown origin, the subject performs spins, twirls, and skips as if summoned by music no one else can hear. Researchers believe this display may be part of a mating ritual or an open audition for Tweaker's Got Talent. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we encounter a truly bewildering sidewalk specimen, dressed in what experts can only describe as a confused blend of thrift store clearance and absolute confidence. Armed with a ribboned stick of unknown origin, the subject performs spins, twirls, and skips as if summoned by music no one else can hear. Researchers believe this display may be part of a mating ritual or an open audition for Tweaker's Got Talent. On this...
Yo, this dude has to do my eulogy, bro. When I leave out, has to do my eulogy. Has to. There's no two ways about it. Whatever I want me to say. Yo. Upward. You know how I feel. You know how I feel about that shit, dog. I said what I had to fucking say at the gate. And from time to time I run back into the Senate, but you know, my fucking, I ain't changed about nothing about this shit, bro. My brain ain't changed about nothing. I haven't changed anything. But y'all know it's a love thing, right? From here to there. I appreciate you pulling up to the town square, being smooth and being clean, hitting the buttons, showing love, doing the extra, as always, Big Reaper. Tree Star General. You hear me? Certified MSD. MSG, sorry. Certified MSG. Certified General. Out here in the streets with us. I'm out the way, dog. I'm cool. For now. Till tomorrow, obviously. Well, tonight by Red is gonna be smooth. Tonight by Red is gonna be hella chill. We're gonna be chilling. Yeah, I know. MSG, General, Tree Star, for sure. I'm trying to see if I miss anything. I don't think I missed anything. Y'all know it's a love thing from here to there. Love yourself so you can love the people that surround you. Take care of yourself so you can take care of the people that surround you, for sure. This shit that we talk about ain't for you to be scared, bro. It's for you to be a little bit more aware, right? And when you're ready, you kind of don't gotta get ready. I comprehend that the world that we're living in is full of uncertainty right now. But be sure in your ability to overcome. Be sure in your ability to have the tenacity to fight. Because a lot of us, we just ain't fighting and working and doing things for ourselves. We have people that depend on us, right? So keep that in the back of your mind. Stay on the grind. Stay looking forward. Keep your compass at true north, dog. And we shall do. We shall do. You hear me? The riches of life is a relationship. Everything else you can't take with you. You hear me? It's a love thing. I see y'all motherfuckers soon. Gang shit. Y'all better pull up on Red tonight. We going over there by Red in about, hold on. Let me look at that right now. Fuck close up. And see when we popping this off. Boom. Gang shit. That's all we am, bruh. Oh, we in there like 2 hours. And this little crazy person supposed to be there tonight. They want to talk about we're gonna talk crazy. So it's gonna be fun. Tonight's gonna be fun. Pull up, we relaxing, we chilling. You heard me? Why? I don't even know why I'm about to share this with you right now. Look how red this me. I'm about to get on her motherfucking heels. Now I gotta share this shit. Yeah. Big G was on it. Look how red this me ain't put me in the thumbnail. Like I ain't been over there witching hours for hella long. Am I supposed to be this little creature back here?
Itsy bitsy spider climbed up.
Nah, I want a thumbnail. Where's the thumbnail up? Am I supposed? Yeah, see, 2 hours. We're in 2 hours. Am I that little ghouly thing back here? Am I this little fucking You know what, Red? We'll have a long discussion tonight. I ain't going for it. Some new person show up and I'm getting put to the side. I don't even get my own little character. This is bullshit. See y'all soon. We're pulling up pound for pound. We're gonna be over there by Red in 2 hours. You heard me? So love. Dang. See y'all soon. Hold it down until the philosophy was whole one race superior and another inferior.